right, good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. And that means we made it to another hump day. Let's go hump our way into the weekend. It's just a couple of downhill slaloms, and then we are skiing pretty into the weekend. And your boy starts his vacation. But leading up to today's news, guys, good old famous Jameis is set to triumphantly return to his rightful spot as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Said nobody ever. Giants' Jameis Winston is in line to start Sunday versus the Packers. If Jackson Dart, who has a concussion, is to sit out, what does this mean? What does this mean? I thought I'd dive into this a little bit because there's not a lot of news that I feel like talking about. Giants QB depth chart, why Jameis Winston, not Russell Wilson, may start with Jackson Fartin Dart injured. We will see what that means, and I think this picture is worth 1,000 words. Look at famous Jameis. He's just out there thinking about crab legs and partying. Meanwhile, Russ Wilson is over there just menacing. Let's ride our career right into the dumpster. But I think that picture's worth 1,000 words. We'll just kind of poke around and talk about it. Again, not a lot of news. At this point of the season, it's pretty much focused, zeroed in, making your playoff pushes. Teams I know they know their identity. They know what they're going to be. And they're starting to set the foundation and move forward with a clean table, or they're looking ahead to see what they can do in the offseason to become one of those few teams to crack the playoff dance. Also, just a little bit of news, a lot of familiarity with him. He played a long time here in Green Bay, so we squared off against him at least twice a year. And Jaire Alexander was a guy that played really, really well for really extended period of time. I'm going to say he had a pretty good, solid run with the Green Bay Packers. But then he ended up going to Baltimore, and then from Baltimore, he got traded to the Eagles. And Eagles, Jaire Alexander stepping away from football. Cornerback to determine playing future. What is in the water in Philadelphia? What is going on? What is going on over there, Nick Sirianni? What are you diddly doing to your players? We've seen Big Z retire only after a few weeks into the season, and now Jaire Alexander similarly following suit. There's multiple different avenues and thought exercises we can have about it. We will discuss. Also, just a little late behind. I'm a couple days behind. Shout out Brent DeWitt did break the news on the channel down in the comment section. If you guys are ever wondering, you're more than welcome to come and leave comments on videos about any breaking news. I do try and get back to them as often as possible. Shout out everyone who commented yesterday. Terribly sorry about not getting back to anybody. I just got busy, dude. Got busy at work, and that's the way the cookie crumbles some days. But we do have Lions news. Lions sign rookie edge. Oh, just keep edging me with the release of the hammer. A lot of innuendo there. Lions sign rookie edge Ahmed Hassanein to the practice squad. 6th round Detroit Lions pick Ahmed Hassanein returns to the practice squad. And you guys know me. We are a fan of the Egyptian magician, the hammer. Bring him out. Roll him out. Roll him out. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Fame caliber player, but I like the grit. I like the determination. I like the motor and the fire inside. AFI, girls, not gray. But good old rookie edge Ahmed Hassanein is back on the practice squad. And that could maybe mean if he goes out there and he balls out and he just griggity grinds. Have we heard anything about Marcus Poop Davenport? No? Marcus Poop Davenport? No. All right. Ahmed, get your pads on. You are up, my dude. Let's get you into playing shape so that you can make us a little bit better for a playoff push and ultimately sit atop the NFL when we trounce the Buffalo Bills 59-0 in the Super Bowl this year. And then finally, we will talk about Vegas believes Lions will have a tough time with Eagles. Vegas expects a hard-fought contest between the Lions and the Eagles on Sunday. The Lions opened. You don't like it. When the points, when it's so close, I think it's 2.5. When things are so close like that, it leaves the door open for any type of narrative change, any type of bad call, any type of tomfoolery or fuck-aroundery. You know what I'm saying? It just leaves that little window open. But we'll see what Vito Vito Chirico over at Detroit Lions on SI has to say about that, guys. There is a poll up in the chat. Feel free to engage. 1 like equals 1 let's go Lions. 100% of you have said let's go. 0% of you are saying Dookie. I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. Mad Hatter Nation, how you guys doing? Everybody here hanging out. Brent DeWitt, Jody, Riley O'Brien, Jack 2125, Brent DeWitt's here. My mom, how you doing? Chase, good morning, dude. Good to see you guys. Shout out. I'm Chasing Chase. Hopefully having a good Wednesday morning, brother. Good to see you back here hanging out, dude. Jay Dompierre, good morning. Mad Hatters, go Giants and go Lions. Yeah, dude, we're going to be rooting for Big Blue over here at Grandma's Studio 1. Jody, you like that? Jody, you're cracking me up. Mr. Detroit City's here. He's working, grinding up. Everyone, please hit the hype button on 3 of Hat and Beard's videos, if not all 3 hypes on one video to super duper hype. Hey, I appreciate that, Mr. Detroit City. I was kind of looking at that. Me and Hat and Boobs were doing a little bit of recon on that the other day. I have found that since I do a live show, typically I've been able to hype up or see a hype up on a video about 24 hours after that video comes out. So it will help, but with me producing content every single day, it's kind of hard to because it just requires a lot of work out of you guys. I'm gonna be honest. It requires you to come back, open it up, blah blah blah, all that nonsense. But yeah, dude, knock your socks off. If you guys want to hype this up, I would really appreciate that, dude. It helps get us out. It's like a super duper mega like share, dude. It's super awesome. Second player to go to the Eagles and then retire. Brent, exactly, dude. There's something in the water out there in filthy Philadelphia. Kane Sis, good morning. Unless you're in a different time zone or something, racism sucks and Democrats suck. Yes, they do, brother. Yes, they do. Brandy, how you doing? Good to see you. Breaking news. This just in. Pennies will no longer be minted. That's right, because it costs more. And actually, what they find is pennies, because it's such a small monetary value that most transactions, most people don't carry pennies. What they find is that most pennies don't end up back in circulation. Most pennies just people sit on them. People just sit on them. And to be fair, it's kind of a fruitless endeavor at this point. It costs more than the value of the penny. Good morning, Hat's mom. Good to see you, Jody Curley. Good morning, Brandy Coffee. Mr. Detroit City. We can all channel our hypes for you for your Sunday vids. Yeah, dude, go ahead, man. I think Sunday vids are probably the easiest and best palatable. It's the most just kind of just run down, hang out, general, just kind of just chatting nonsense. Now I know that the last few weeks, a couple of days here, we've been getting a little bit more chatty and beer, a little bit more chatty Kathy than I care to be. But, we're just trying to fill out an hour here. There's not a lot to talk about. We're just hanging out with you guys. So, speaking of all that, if you wouldn't mind doing me the things, let's do it. Let's call to action. Let's boop all of my buttons and ring all of my bells. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Ring that notification bell so you can be notified every single time we go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. here at youtube.com. We also go live before every Detroit Lions game. Think of it as a digital tailgate, a little hangout with all of you guys, taking the live chats, placing bets, and perusing articles. It's a little bit more relaxed, a little less intense. Sometimes I get a little bit more goofy with it, a little slap happy nonsense when that donut sugar hits me and I turn into an 8-year-old. Let's go. Hit the like button. Share this video around with everyone. It's the number one way to get this channel pushed up into the algorithm. We are near an 800 subscribers, guys. We are so close. So close. Quit edging me, Ahmed Hassanein, and get me to the 800 subscribers, guys. Let's go ahead and get into the show.
If you can say the word good, guess what? It means you're still alive. It means you're still breathing. And if you're still breathing, well, then hell, you still got some fight left in you. So get up, dust off, reload, recalibrate, re-engage, and go out on the attack.
All right, guys, leading off today's news. Look at our girl, Jamie Erdahl. If you don't know, I got a little bit of a little thing for old Jamie Erdahl over there at Good Morning Football. But Giants, famous Jameis Winston in line to start Sunday versus the Packers. If Jackson Fart and Dart has a concussion and decides to sit down, changes are happening for the New York Giants. Following Brian Daboll's dismissal, famous Jameis is being promoted to number 2 quarterback over Russ Wilson on the depth chart, putting him in line to start Sunday against the Packers if Jackson Fart and Dart isn't cleared from the league's concussion protocol. Shout out NFL.com. The NFL, super big money-making organization, can't put a space between Jackson Fart and Dart and isn't. So Jackson Dart isn't. His name is now Jackson Dart isn't. Jackson Dart isn't cleared from the league's concussion protocol. NFL Network insider Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissaro, and Mike Garafolo reported Wednesday per sources. Well, it must be set then. It's the first adjustment implemented by Mike Kafka, who is now the Giants' interim head coach after Daboll was fired on Monday. Kafka previously served as New York's offensive coordinator since 2022. Wilson, a season-opening starter who had been benched for Fart and Dart, or Dart isn't, after 3 games, is demoted to third-string duty upon Kafka's takeover. The veteran QB came in for Dart on Sunday's loss to the Bears, or Dart isn't, in Sunday's loss to the Bears, playing the entirety of the fourth quarter. Wilson helped the Giants increase their lead to 10 points by orchestrating a field goal drive once entering the game, but New York wouldn't come close to points on his next 3 possessions. Wilson completed 3 of 7 for 45 yards in relief, and the Giants blew a double-digit lead to Chicago, bringing their 2025 ledger to a just formidable 2-8. Wow, wow, wee, wah. Contain your enthusiasm, Big Blue. If Dart sits, Sunday would mark the rookie's first absence since he took over QB1 duties in Week 4. The first-round pick has jolted the Giants' offense, generating 1,400 pass yards with a 93.5 passer rating and 17 total touchdowns, 10 passing, 7 rushing, and 7 starts. Wow, that is quietly putting together a pretty electrifying performance out there, Jackson Fart and Dart. But you got to learn to slide, bud. Learn to slide. Jackson Fart and Dart isn't. His name is now Dart isn't. Winston, who has been the number 3 on the depth chart all season, would make his Giants in season debut on Sunday if Fart and Dart, or Dart isn't, cannot play. The 31-year-old started 7 and appeared in 12 total games for the Brown Eyes last season, amassing 2,100 passing yards with just the most Jameis Winston line, 13 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. That is, Jameis Winston is just the most, 50-50 touch. Legit, this 13 to 12 touchdown ratio is astoundingly good. That is an astoundingly good touchdown to interception ratio for Jameis Winston. Normally, it's 13 and 13. I mean, he is a 1-for-1 touchdown to interception guy. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys. Where the Giants are at, we got another article over here. Where the Giants are at, this makes, the most sense. Doesn't it make the most sense? I mean, Dart is the Giants' undisputed number 1 quarterback, but there's a real chance he won't be able to play on Sunday against the Green Bay Packers after being diagnosed with a concussion against the Chicago Bears in Week 10. While Dart's fearlessness has led him to receive a handful of evaluations for head injuries, and already this season, the first-round rookie has otherwise been everything the Giants hoped he would be in his limited time as their starter. Dart has accounted for 17 touchdowns, including rushing touchdowns, to just 3 interceptions through 7 starts, all while playing without top wide receiver Malik Neighbors and no Cam Scatabo. The next Giants coach will be hired with Dart in mind as New York tries to mold its potential franchise quarterback into one who can help the team get back to winning consistently. Just New York. New York. Look at one of your divisional opponents. Okay. And look at how the Washington Commies have historically ruined their young quarterbacks. And obviously, Jackson Fart and Dart, you don't have to shut him down for the whole season. But considering he doesn't quite understand the concept of sliding yet, maybe just let him have this week off. Just go ahead and have this one off. Maybe give it another year before Jackson Dart becomes well acquainted with guys like Micah Parsons in the NFL. Just go ahead and let old famous Jameis go out there and do famous Jameis things. Let him take the hits. Let Dart just take the week off. You don't want to destroy what is going to be your franchise quarterback. Look at the numbers already, dude. Look at the numbers already, dude. Through 7 games, my guys put up 17 total touchdowns, dude. Come on now. Without Malik Neighbors? Come on, man. You got to protect him, dude. Let Jameis do it because, look, guys, Russ Wilson sucks. Okay? Nothing against the man, nothing against the individual. Brother, you just don't got it no more, man. You don't got it, dude. And you should have walked away from the game after Denver. Yeah, you can still throw the ball. You could probably crush it in arena football. You'd be an XFL superstar, brother. But you don't have it no more. And it's time to hang them cleats up. You know, maybe if you were playing for Philadelphia, you'd have taken a mid-season retirement. But I actually like the famous Jameis transition. Why not? Kafka knows what he's got with Russ. They've seen it at the beginning of the season. They've seen it against the Bears. They've seen it sporadically outside of the Dallas game. Russ just doesn't have it, dude. And Dallas has a shitbox defense, so that's not really even saying a whole hell of a lot. So go ahead, let famous Jameis run this week, dude. Let him just go out there, throw 3 touchdowns to 3 interceptions for 330 yards, 26 of 59 passing attempts. You know what I'm saying? Just give him the most Jameis numbers ever, guys. So, Mad Hatter Nation, how do we feel about that, you guys? Just saw a video. A.J. Brown was online playing Madden last night, and he told the guy to drop him from their fantasy team. Yeah, Art, dude, there is a lot of, sounds like scuttlebutt and tomfoolery going around in Philadelphia. I don't know. What's up, King Kalari? Am I saying that right? Kalari 24. He says, fly, Eagles, fly. Hey, man, appreciate you dropping by. You might know something about this, dude. What's going on, dude? Is there like a lot of locker room issues? Is Nick Sirianni losing the locker room in Philadelphia, bro? Like, what's going on over there, dude? Because it just sounds... Now, I'm going to be honest, as a Lions fan, but, as a fan of football, what's going on with the champs, dude? This is not behavior you see out of champs, dude. Legit, you know what I'm saying? Did you guys see it came out that A.J. Brown and Hurts went rogue on that last questionable 4th down in Green Bay? Apparently, they called their own play. Wow, dude. Really, Art? Yeah, dude, it's going insane. Rushing touchdowns. You got it, Steph. You got it. S. Curry. Hopefully you're doing all right, dude. Just going through a little bit of medical stuff. So we guys sending thoughts and prayers to a friend of the show. Hopefully she can bounce back and get better. You know what I'm saying? Giants only need to score 8 points to beat the Cheeseheads. Yeah, dude, it's... That's the other thing. I stand on my statement. I think Green Bay's falling apart, dude. What's up, Mr. Fig? How you doing, brother? Hey, man, sorry I didn't respond to your comment yesterday, dude. I got mad wicked busy yesterday with work stuff, dude. So I'm so sorry, man. You're one of the regulars who watches my stuff and then comments on it, and you give really good takes, dude. So I really appreciate it. I just want you to know I didn't forget about you, brother. I just got busier than shit, dude. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, he's losing the locker room. Their offense is in trouble. Yeah, dude, Art. And it just didn't it just kind of seem that way all literally from week 1? Something just seemed wrong in Philly. Something just seemed wrong. Like, they got their Super Bowl, and then they just became a bunch of just, individualists. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know I don't have to respond to all comments, dude, but I like to. I like to respond to all of the comments that I can, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that there should be no expectation, but I try, dude. I try. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can do. Hurts wouldn't throw Brown the ball in last game. Well, dude, and A.J. Brown hasn't been getting shit for targets, bro. I feel like his season high is 4 catches. Maybe that's just me. I feel like Goddard's been getting a lot of run. I feel like Devonta Smith's been getting a lot of run. Has Saquon been nearly as productive as he was last year? And maybe this is that Super Bowl hangover. You know, I talk about how Kansas City looks gassed. Yeah, they're a good team, but they look... As they keep making these repeat runs to the Super Bowl, they look more and more tired. You know what I'm saying? They look a little bit like they got a little less waz pizzazz. We all count it up to age, and Kelsey's getting older, and they lose players in free agency. But the core of the team is running these very long marathon seasons with a very condensed turnaround time for rest and recovery. To that point, Philadelphia has also been making these Super Bowl runs, these playoff runs. They have been making these long and the NFC has been a little bit of a dogfight come the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You got to really lock in low and get ready to go. And I think maybe you're seeing a little bit of ego in Philadelphia between the players and the coaches, as well as just fucking exhaustion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The Eagles' controversy is manufactured. It's not real. It just makes opponents look the wrong way. Gotcha. Rick, and that's a whole other thing, dude. That to be fair, y'all, I'm having a rough go of it, like finding content, finding stories, because we're in the middle of the season, dude. Like teams are locked in, everybody's zeroed in, they know what they got to do. So there's not a lot of news. So any news is going to be possibly overinflated. Full disclosure, I totally seen the A.J. Brown story when I was looking up news for today. I opted to go with the Jameis Winston, Jackson Fart and Dart, and Jaire Alexander stories because I was just like, yeah, Philly, they're the Super Bowl champs. Big primetime game Sunday night. Got to kind of drum up viewership, get a little bit more eyeballs on it. It just kind of felt a little, I don't want to say clickbaity, but filler. It felt like a filler arc. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like filler material, dude. You know what I mean? A.J. Brown intentionally prevented Smith from catching that touchdown pass on the potential game winner about a month ago. That's fair. AJ was crying last year, too, and he likes to troll the media. Don't worry about our locker room drama. We stay winning. And see, there you go. There you go, King Kalari. I hope I'm pronouncing that. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, dude. Appreciate you, dude. That's what's up, man. So we got a little bit more of a insider track here from a Eagles fan. King Kalari 24 says that's just kind of what AJ Brown does, and it's kind of what it feels like. I think that guys like Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, they've been in the league long enough that they kind of know what they can say and what they can't say. And to that point, they can also know what they can say to kind of drum up a little bit of tomfoolery, get a little bit of attention on them, a little bit more tweets, a little bit more engagement, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I totally agree with you, King and Rick, bro. It just feels kind of manufactured, a little astroturfed. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. Appreciate you, King Kalari, with some insider information, dude. Broski pointing out some good points too, though. Watch Philly sports. It doesn't seem manufactured. If they lose one game, we'll see how it goes. All right, there you go, Art. Okay, that's fair, dude. That's fair. I don't know much about Philly sports, guys. I'm not really a big fan of Philadelphia. Eagles play for the playoffs. They have no comp in their division. They're not concerned about fluff stats like the Lions fans are. Where's the lie? Where's the lie, broski? You are not wrong, dude. You are not wrong. The NFC East is shit. All right? And the NFC North, we like our stats, and we also have a little bit tighter of a division, right? We're no AFC or NFC West, but we got a little bit tighter of a division. The Packers are going to fall off, and the Bears are fake, right? But on paper, we have a little bit tighter of a division than the NFC East. But yeah, I see what you're saying with the plan for the Eagles play for the playoffs, and they kind of set the tone. I mean, they are still the defending champs, and until they're no longer the champs, they're going to be the champs. You know what I'm saying? Bryce Harper is the best thing Philly has, and he plays baseball. Gotcha, dude. Right on. Heck yeah, dude. See, I don't know Philly sports, guys. I'm not a Philly guy. I'm not a big Philly. Now I do like the green that they used to wear, that like dark emerald green that they wore back in the days when McFlab and Freddie Mitchell were out there. Y'all remember? I think it was Freddie Mitchell. You all remember Freddie Mitchell? And not for nothing, hasn't Philly kind of had a nice run on tight ends? They went Ertz, and then they went Goddard, and there was somebody there before Ertz, dude. There was somebody else there that was before Ertz that was pretty solid too. Yeah, Philly, they kind of been punching up pretty good. They've had a nice little, for all intents and purposes, other than a couple maybe up and down years, they do have multiple Super Bowl wins, multiple Super Bowl appearances. But over the last 20 years, Philly has been a pretty up team. I mean, yeah, they did. They went Andy Reid. Then didn't they have like Chip Kelly as a head coach or something like that? There was a little bit of a down, but then Sirianni. You know what I'm saying? So there's just been a little bit. Philly kind of sets the kind of a tone setter in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? Make no mistake about it. Bears haven't beaten a good team yet this season. I can't deny that. You're not wrong, brother. You're not wrong. Yeah, dude, there you go, dude. Mr. Detroit City, yeah, dude. Brian Dawkins, David Greenacres, dude. Yes, bro, the golden age, bro. The golden age, dude. I liked Brian Dawkins, dude. I liked Brian Dawkins a lot. So speaking of Eagles, I forgot about this. Jaire Alexander stepping away from football, corner to determine his playing future. Philadelphia Eagles cornerback Jaire Alexander is stepping away from football to get right physically and mentally. The 28-year-old, wow, he's only 28. See, I thought Jaire Alexander was like 30, 31. I didn't realize he was still in his air quote prime. We'll decide on his playing future after the break. Fox Sports' Jake Glazer first reported the news. Alexander acquired by the Eagles on November 1st in a trade with the Ravens that included a late-round pick swap. Before having a chance to suit up for his new team, the Eagles announced Alexander wouldn't travel for their eventual Week 10 road win against the Green Bay Packers, listing him as out with a knee/coach's decision. I've never had a coach's decision. Can you guys show me on the human body where the coach's decision bone is at? It was Green Bay where Alexander spent his first 7 seasons, earning 2 Pro Bowl trips and making a name for himself as one of the league's top cover men. All 12 of his career interceptions were with the Packers. Alexander signed a 1-year deal with the Ravens following a fallout with Green Bay. So that's not a lot of news, but something I think we're seeing a little bit more and more of is guys, once they start to get into their later 20s and into their early 30s, they're really starting to weigh the ups and downs. Brent Selleck! That's who it was. Yes, dude. Broski. Shout out Broski. Brent Selleck, dude. Yes, bro. Yes. I'm a big tight ends fan, guy. One of my favorite tight ends ever, like especially when I was a kid growing up, Frank Wycheck, dude. And rest in peace, Frank Wycheck. He died like a year ago, dude, and that sucked. Crazy how much drama is always around Alexander. Yeah, dude, what is with Jaire Alexander? What is going on with he did have all the drama around his departure from Green Bay, and now he gets traded. He goes to the Ravens for a third of the season, and then he's traded to Green Bay, and now he's traded to Philadelphia, and he's just like, I don't know if I want to play football no more. I mean, to a point, good on you, but especially if you're going to make it this far into the season. Honestly, if you're gonna sign up, God, I sound like a parent right now. If you're gonna commit to doing this, then you have to commit to doing this through the whole season. You can't quit partway through. You have to follow through. Doesn't matter if you don't want to go. Doesn't matter if it's cold out there. If you're going to commit to this, then you're going to commit to this, and you're going to follow it all the way through. Mitchell was a wide receiver. Yeah, Freddie Mitchell, dude. Heck yeah. How do you guys feel about playing the Eagles this week? Feeling confident or scared? King, full disclosure, honestly, bro, after what I seen the Eagles put up against the Packers on Monday Night Football, I think we're going to beat the ever-living shit out of you guys. I think with Motor City Dan Campbell, if he puts his glasses on and decides to be Daniel Campbell, you guys have talent, but I don't know if you have... If we decide to go boat race, I feel very confident that the Eagles don't have the coercion the symmetry, the gelling, the team mentality on offense to full-on boat race the Detroit Lions. If this becomes a defensive slugfest, I do think we still have the edge on offense. But if it becomes a defensive slugfest, it becomes a little bit closer. Vegas is predicting a real close game with a 2.5-point spread. I do think that we do win, even if it is a tight-fought game, simply because of what I laid out earlier. I do think that Philadelphia is a little bit more gassed after making multiple postseason runs. Okay, I think they're a little bit more gassed. They do have some injuries here or there dinged up. I think the Lions have a lot of momentum after this big win against, even though it was a down opponent with the Washington Commies. We did get we're back hyped up again. Motor City Dan Campbell's got us firing. I think that if we win this game, it will make a tougher NFC North or a tougher NFC Championship game for the Lions and Eagles. For the Lions, if we win this game, because Philly's going to be a little bit more pissed off, right? If the Lions lose on Sunday night, when we ultimately meet Philadelphia for the NFC Championship game, then it's going to be legit. There's going to be a murder. There's been a murder. And I'm trying really hard to put my biases aside and look at it from a just like looking at the Arsenals. You know what I'm saying? I think the Lions have more weapons. I think the Lions have more chemistry. I think the Lions have a more explosive ability to put points up on the board at a faster rate than Philadelphia could if they decide to go boat race. Does that make sense, bro? I'm not trying to like belittle you or nothing, dude, or like take away from the Eagles. This is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Save the drama for your mama. The coach's decision is a tendon that is attached to the flat part of the wing. Kane, that's awesome, bro. That's awesome. I like that. I like that. It's the tendon that's attached to the flat part of the wing. Not a problem, Curry. Not a problem, dude. We care about people in Mad Hatter Nation, yo. I could see either team getting blown out by the other, but it's more likely a last-minute field goal game, Rick, and that's what seems like Vegas is pointing out. Mr. Fig, never thought someone would be more scary than Dan Campbell until I saw Daniel Campbell. Dude, yo, we got to get this Daniel Campbell thing, dude. We have got to make Daniel Campbell a thing. For real. Come on. We have got to start a movement. We have got to start the Daniel Campbell thing, dude. I think that's so funny that, like, you got Motor City Dan Campbell going to bite off your kneecaps and take you out in the deep water, and I'll beat your ass if you got one ass cheek and 3 toes. And then he's like, oh, hang on. I got to go to work and put 44 up and get J-Mo to break out. Let me put my glasses on. Daniel Campbell reporting for duty. You know what I'm saying? Eagles D-line is going to be a problem for the Lions. Eagles will have to stop Lions' running game, but the Lions have a challenge in stopping Saquon. He's due for a big game. He is due for a big game, bro, but it's not going to happen, and I am very confident in our interior offensive line, at least for right now. I think Ratledge is playing really well. Glasgow, you could take him or leave him, sub him in for Cologne. It is what it is, but Awoshika being a very valuable asset. I think that our O-line will be just fine. Just fine. That will be one area to watch for sure. You're not wrong, but I think we'll be fine. The Eagles are going to be stomped so bad, Trump will name a new national bird. Rallin', dude. Yo. That's awesome. Yes, dude. I still think Philly has all the white corners. Be afraid. They do. There's a couple of them over in Denver, dude. But, yeah, Philly really likes to grab them all up. I think it's going to be a tough one. Very close, I think. I want to say the Lions will win, Jody. I think you're right. Hurts is 10-0 versus NFC North. He's the king of the North. Lions should bend the knee on Sunday, but it should be a great game on Sunday. Heck yeah, King. See, all right, King, I'm going to give you props, dude. That's what we like, dude. Look, man, you're respectful. You talk a little bit of shit, but you're respectful, bro. And because you're like that, I'm good with engaging with you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at you, dude. Look at you, bro. Look at you, dude. Coming in from Philadelphia, acting all gentlemanly and shit, bro. You're going to change my opinion about people in Philadelphia, bro. Look at you go, dude. Bravo, dude. Bravo. Rick C., the professor, Daniel Campbell, PhD. Pretty huge dick. I'm expecting a hard-fought game. Hopefully Lions 27-24. Biggest test of the season so far. Brent, it is the biggest test of the season so far, sans the Kansas City game. The national bird would have been a turkey if Ben Franklin had it his way. You're not wrong, dude. And broski, fun fact, the national animal almost wasn't even a bird. It was actually almost going to be the pit bull. America's national animal was almost a pit bull, and we almost went with the Gadsden flag as our national flag over the stars and stripes that you guys see today. Fun fact. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. All right, boys and girls, let's talk a little Lions news. Beat me to it, broski. Hell yeah, guys. That's what's up, dude. That's what's up. Lions sign rookie edge Ahmed Hassanein to the practice squad. The Hammer returns to work his Egyptian magician style against opponent's offensive line. What can he do? Can he get up onto the active roster? I think he can. On Monday afternoon, the Detroit Lions announced they have signed rookie edge rusher Ahmed Hassanein to their practice squad. Hassanein was selected by the Lions in the 6th round. I'll die for you, coach mentality. While he's still very raw, he didn't start playing football until he was 18. Hassanein was an aggressive learner in training camp, soaking up any piece of information his coaches and teammates were willing to share. Throughout the preseason, you could see his growth happening every day, but on a Super Bowl contending roster, he will still be considered a bubble player when it comes to the 53-man roster, but a nice bubble player to have. He's our bubble boy. He's our bubble boy. Unfortunately, just ahead of cutdowns, Hassanein suffered a pec injury. That's right. That meant Hassanein would have to sit out a specific period of time because they gave him an injury settlement. While it was possible for him to join another NFL team during the additional 3-week window, the expectations have always remained that he would return to Detroit once he was healthy. What is going to be the best path for him to get him back to the practice field when he's healthy? And the injury settlement was the way to go, Lions GM Brad Holmes said in September. Especially him, specifically with where he was in his football career. Bottom line, he's going to be a Detroit Lion. He's going to be back on the football field playing this year. In late October, Hassanein posted a video of himself working out on the bench press, and it seemed like only a matter of time before he would return into Detroit. It appears that time has finally arrived, and the Lions will now get back to work and helping him further develop his football skills. While he is a tireless worker, Hassanein still needs time on task before he'll be ready to contribute. That being said, he certainly seems like a terrific next step. That would be a long career with the Lions. I think he's a great fit for the Motor City, and I don't think that the edge position is where his future is at. Move Hassanein to the fullback spot and unlock the hammer. Let's go, you guys. I think he'd make an awesome fullback, dude. I really do. I think Ahmed Hassanein could be the next Corey fucking Schlesinger for the Detroit Lions, bro. Do it. Do it. Just do it. Just do it already, yo. Put Hassanein at the fullback spot. Let's go. How do you guys feel about that? Are we happy about Hassanein being back? I'm ecstatic. I liked Ahmed Hassanein. I think he's a great fit for the Detroit Lions. I think what he does on the field, even though it's really raw, shows a lot of potential. And I think that the personality, the man under the helmet, the head under the helmet is a good, clean head. I think he knows exactly what he needs to do. I think he is a football player. He is a football first player. He's a sponge. You've seen him evolve from the fucking Hall of Fame game all the way through the end of the preseason. My guy took steps every single game to get better and better and better. And I think that he has the potential to have a relatively successful career in the Motor City, kind of be a hometown hero, a local Dan Skipper, right? A Dan Skipper of the defense. Let's go, you guys. Most people don't know the history of the pit bull. Exactly, Rick C. Shout out Hat and Beard for knowing history. Thank you, broski. I actually really, really like history. My dad's into history. So if you guys see Francis Muldoon in the chat, tell him thanks for getting me obsessed with history. We used to watch History Channel back when it was good all the time. Y'all remember like Modern Marvels, dude? We'd fucking watch so much fucking Modern Marvels, dude. I watched a shitload of Modern Marvels, dude. I liked History Channel. Dude, history's awesome, dude, because if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it, dude. It's good shit, man. And history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. So if you start to notice trends that historically have been happening, blah 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 blah, fourth generational turning, blah 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 blah. I'm glad the turkey didn't have its way. America, home of the turkeys. Not very flattering. Yes, Jody, but interestingly enough, what's up, Dad? Francis Muldoon in the chat. What's up, Dad? Jody, fun fact that the sound you hear affiliated with the eagle isn't even an eagle's cry. It's a fucking hawk. It's a hawk. My opinion about people in Philly stands. I can speak on authority. I'm from California. Heck yeah, dude. Right on, Derek. Right on, dude. Love Ahmed's. Ahmed is the Egyptian Scatabo. Dude, yes, Kane, dude. He's the Egyptian Scatabo. Bro, that is the perfect. Oh, yes, dude. I kind of want to see Hassanein line up at fullback, right? Wouldn't that just be terrifying? 200 and what? 260, 270, however big he is, lining up at fullback. You know he's got the athleticism. The dude can move. He's a fucking athletic freak, dude. Put him at fullback and go, hey, dude, your job is to now be a guided missile. And Jared Goff is going to turn to you on plays, and he's going to tell you a number. He's going to go 44! And whatever number he tells you, coordinates acquired, target engaged. Let the hammer go and pound a nail, dude. Let the Egyptian work his magic, bro. Get Hassanein at the fullback. Let's go. Daniel Campbell, if you're listening, Daniel Campbell. Brad Holmes, I know you watch my show, Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes, I know you watch the Hat and Beard show. Your moves and the way that you've handled yourself completely align with everything that I've said that you're going to be doing, outside of some trades. But, Brad Holmes, since you're watching, dude, comment down below. I'd appreciate that. Thanks, Brad Holmes. All right, guys, we got one last story up here for you guys. Yeah, dude, what's up, Dad? Everyone's saying what's up. So, yeah, guys, so my mom watches, and obviously, you know, that's Hat's mom, and then my dad is Francis Muldoon, 56, down in the chat. So he's here pretty regularly. My folks like to watch my show. My parents watch my show, which, that's awesome. Fuck it, dude. I think there's a lot of people that don't watch, like a lot of people's parents that don't watch, but there's a lot of people whose their content, we're not gonna let my folks get my OnlyFans content. We don't want to see the Hatton feet with his meat. Let's go. Vegas believes the Lions will have a tough time with the Eagles. Vegas expects a hard fart contest between the Lions and Eagles on Sunday. That's right. We're going to have a hard fart contest because I cannot read. Get your popcorn farts ready. The Lions will travel to Philadelphia this week to take on the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football. Kickoff is set for 8:20 p.m. at the Link. Historically, the Lions, we fare pretty well in prime time against defending Super Bowl champions. Brian Branch, he got into the Hall of Fame playing against one of those teams. Entering Week 11 road affair, the Lions 6-3, which are now in first place in the North, are 2.5-point underdogs according to DraftKings. On paper, that line makes sense. Philadelphia remains one of the toughest venues in football, and the Eagles have dropped only one home contest this season, Week 5 against the Denver Broncos, which kind of shocked everyone. Jalen, my butt hurts, and the company are coming off a hard-fought 10-7 Monday night win over the Green Bay Packers, marking their third consecutive victory. Their combination of balance and of a balanced offense and top 10 defense continues to make them the measuring stick for the rest of the NFC. Still, these Lions are far from pushovers. Dan Campbell's team is fresh off a 44-22 beatdown of the Washington Commies, a game that may have reignited Detroit's offense. Daniel Campbell assumed play calling duties for the first time this season, and the result was immensely impressive. A season-high 546 total yards, 8 consecutive scoring drives, and Jack Fox kept his leg fresh, led by a dynamic duo of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, recording big gains all afternoon. The question now is whether all that momentum can carry over into one of the league's most hostile environments. The Eagles' defense allowing 327.9, damn, I am dyslexic as shit, yards per game is still among the NFC's best units. Their pass rush, led by defensive tackles Jalen Carter and Moro Ojomo, possess a legitimate threat to Goff's rhythm in the pocket. Didn't they have some other guy that they drafted out of Georgia the year before Jalen Carter? Jordan something? Oh, fuck. What happened to him? He was pretty good, dude. Did they have another young defensive tackle? Detroit's ability to keep him upright and continue to establish run could determine whether the Lions pull off the upset. There's also no reason for optimism based on Detroit's recent primetime success. Under Daniel Campbell, the Lions are an impressive 13-3 in games under the national spotlight. The team seems to relish the opportunity to play under the bright lights, playing with a blend of aggression and poise that reflects their coach's personality. For all the noise about betting odds, the game represents something bigger for Detroit. A chance to once again prove it belongs on the same field as the conference elite. Beating the defending champs in their own backyard would send that message loud and clear. Until then, Vegas may have a good reason to favor the Eagles. Don't be surprised if the Lions prove otherwise on Sunday night. Odds refresh periodically and are subject to change. So right now it's really tight. And as the dollary dues start to come in and shift those lines a little bit, well, we'll see. But Vegas is expecting a hard-fought, very tight game. I'm expecting the opposite. I'm expecting Detroit to come out and just beat the fucking brakes off of the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, we'll take one last walk here through Mad Hatter Nation. You don't have an OF? Nope, I don't, but it is fun to joke around about. The bad guy Lions fan 95. Lions gonna have their T's crossed and S's and sorry. The Lions gonna have their T's crossed and S's dotted this Sunday night. You're damn straight, bad guy Lions fan, which is why we're going to kind of really start to Thursday, Friday, Sunday. The thumbnails and the attitude of the show is going to be a little bit more focused because we need to be focused so that our team stays focused because we got to be on our game. This isn't a day for us to be playing around with our food, playing down to our opponents. We need to put our foot on the neck of the Philadelphia Eagles, keep it there, and go crunch. No OF, but we want to see H&B pull rubber ducks out of his ass. Well, dude, you never know, bro. You never know. Maybe I'm the guy who started the farting in jars thing, dude. Maybe I'm the guy who started that. Maybe I'm just the supplier of all of the farts in jars, and all of you weirdos that have been buying OF models farts in jars are really just sniffing my farts, dude. Wouldn't that be something? Jordan Davis, that's who it is. Shout out the bad guy Lions fan 95. Jordan Davis, that's who I was thinking of, bro. Good on you. Good on you. Broski, why are you in every damn Lions live? I'm glad to see you back, Broski, dude. Notice you hadn't been here for a while. Don't make me Daniel. You wouldn't like me when I'm Daniel. Dan Campbell. Dude, see, so this is like literally the meta that's going to end up happening. The Lions are going to have such a tremendous turnaround that in like 4 to 5 years, they're going to make a movie about the Detroit Lions turnaround. And Dan Campbell will be played by Daniel Day-Lewis, bro. And I said to them, I don't care if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. Drainage, my boy. Fuck, man. Bad guys trigger such a sad story. No, he ain't triggered, dude. He's just pointed out. You in the club. Well, I'm not going to lie, dude. Broski, legit, I thought you were a Bears fan, dude. And then, yeah, Brandy actually cleared it up for him, dude. Brandy said that you were a Lions fan. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I thought you were a Bears fan just because you knew like, more about the Bears than, like some people. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a slight, dude. That just means you pay attention to ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Center and guards only worry me. Yeah, bad guy. I don't like Graham Glasgow. Period, point blank. Duncan Stewart, we got to be on our best and go 99.99 pass that rock, Dan. Any fart is okay. Heck yeah, dude, let's go. Daniel Day-Lewis would play 2 months CFL in preparation. Dude, legit. Oh, so you are a Bears fan. Okay, I thought you were a Bears fan. Dude, Duncan, legit. Oh, man. Could you imagine him reenacting that opening press conference? He'd just be, you're going to knock us down, and then we're going to get back up. We're going to take a chunk out of you. Then you're going to knock us down again. Yes, you're going to knock us down again. And then we're going to come up and we're going to bite a kneecap off, you see? My boy, you're going to bite a kneecap off. And before you know it, pretty soon, we're going to be the only ones left standing. And I don't care. If we have to take you out into the deep water. Yes, we'll take you out into the deep water. And eventually you will drown, because I don't care if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass, whether it's on the field, in the water, or on a landfill. We're here to play ball. You got to get all of the shit out. All I care about is you guys, man. All I think about is you guys, man. I've got a plan, and if you would just listen to me, I have a plan. You know what I'm saying? There will be blood too. Drag them into the deep water and then do CPR. Oh, that's awesome, yo. Gangs of New York is an all-time great movie. Broski, it really is, dude. Daniel Day-Lewis, for as goofy as he is, he's a really good actor. What did I just walk into this live? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, Beantown, you came in at a weird time, brother. I don't care if you have 1 ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass. Let me ask you something. If I have a milkshake, and you have a milkshake, and I have a straw, and my straw reaches all the way over here in your milkshake, and I drink it up. I drink your milkshake. Let's fucking go. I worked on Lincoln with DDL back in the 2011. He never broke character during the entire filming. No shit, Art. Dude, that's wild, bro. No shit. Dude, that's absolutely awesome, bro. What's up, Carrie? Good to see you, man. Art, that's crazy, dude. We're casting a Lions victory movie. Yeah, dude. So obviously, Daniel Day-Lewis has got to play Dan Campbell / Motor City Dan Campbell / Daniel Campbell. Ryan Gosling's got to play Jared Goff. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, since it's Hollywood, they're going to take and make Penny Sewell, played by Jason Momoa. And if this is a Netflix movie, then Aiden Hutchinson will be played by Idris Elba. Question for Lions fans: how do you guys feel about giving a one-year deal to Alex Anzalone and Amik Robertson next year? I feel they're key pieces of the defense. Does anybody else feel that? Bad guy. I think Anal Zone will come down to what Anal Zone wants. If Anal Zone wants more money than Holmes is willing to pay him, then Anal Zone's fucking out the door, bro. Amik Robertson, I think Robertson will give us a very friendly discount to stay here. I think he loves playing in Detroit, and Detroit loves Amik Robertson. Gangs of New York, one of the greatest movies ever made. It really is, dude. The Bears are sitting at number 2 right now. Broski himself is probably shocked as the rest of us. Cries about money than all your missing plays. Yeah, it's true, dude. That's true. I mean, Anzo did play pretty good last game. He made some plays, you know. Who will play Morton? Robert De Niro? John Goodman, if he's still alive. Not a team guy. He's an AG guy. Yeah, Motor City, I think you're right, dude. He did have a lot more success under Aaron Glenn than he's having under Shepard. See how the Lions did last year without him and weren't too good. Yeah, but Lions, bad guy Lions fan, dude. We were missing everybody, dude. We were missing everybody. Last of the Mohicans is still an all-time great. Yeah, it is, dude. It is, and Daniel Day-Lewis crushed it in that. I expect AA to play for Florida team next season. If that's where his family's at, then yeah, that almost makes sense. He's kind of do the Zeitler thing, where he wants to be closer to home and family and that shit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe doing more of the Zeitler the thing. My men suck. I did great. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Aaron Glenn. My defense was trash. Give me a head coaching job. I have the snake oil. Would you like to buy it? I want to see Brock Lesnar play MCDC. Bro, dude. Bro. Brock Lesnar or you know who they'd get? They'd get who's the guy who plays Jack Reacher? That roided up motherfucker. Because they'd need to get some, because Dan Campbell's pretty jacked, and they'd want someone that's like over jacked compared to Dan Campbell. AA will come down to how little money will he take to stay. Brad already lowballed him once. Yep, nope, you're correct. You're completely correct, bad guy. So bad guy Lions fan, Amik. I'm pretty sure that Amik will give us a really friendly discount, a really team friendly discount. You know, we gave him this opportunity out after he left Oakland, came here. He's flourished. He's thrived. We rely on him. The fan base loves him. And, you know, not for nothing, he historically is the kryptonite to Justin Jefferson. Little tiny Tom Cruise, dude. Tom Cruise would end up playing Jake Bates or Jack Fox. Jack Fox. He'd play Jack Fox. Anzo can get the job at Lady Jane's. Who plays Brad Holmes? Well, that's a good question. So, if it's a Netflix movie, Idris Elba's already playing Aiden Hutchinson, so Idris Elba can't play Brad Holmes and Aiden Hutchinson. Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? My man. My man. Jamie Foxx plays Brad Holmes, dude. That's awesome, you guys. That's awesome. Oh, fellas, it's been a good show today. You guys are fun. I fucking love Mad Hatter Nation. You guys are the cat's ass. Tom Cruise, his first movie was All Right Moves, a cornerback who kept getting penalties. Ha! Was it really? Was it really? Wait, are you fucking with me, or is that like, dude? If that was serious, that'd be fucking wild, dude. That'd be fucking wild, bro. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I do like the idea of Idris Elba. If it's for Netflix, Idris Elba's playing Aiden Hutchinson. No shit, it's true. That's wild, bro. So see, it all comes back to football, dude. It all circles back to football. Tom Cruise plays Brian Branch. Dude, yes. Now, in a really funny twist, Kirby Joseph plays Kirby Joseph because Kirby Joseph's hella entertaining. It can't be an actor who steals the show from Campbell and Goff. Old nerd. And see, Mr. Detroit City, I get where you're coming from. I just don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson. Duncan Stewart is true. That's wild, you guys. That's wild. Tom's first movie was No, I don't know if it was risky business. They're saying he played at some corner. I just like AA because he was part of the original lineup. He's also a pretty deep thinker. Ever see his IG posts as long as hair? Well, and see, that's the thing, Jody. AA, and I'll say this. I'll always say this. Alex Anzalone was a foundationary piece for the turnaround of the Detroit Lions. He is incredible. He is on par with being as pivotal. I can't say the fucking word. As important of a piece as Jared Goff is, because we were able to plug him in for several years and build around him, let him flourish. Now, yes, he's not having the career, the accolades like Jared Goff is having, but Alex Anzalone was a foundationary piece to the turnaround of the Detroit Lions. So there is some respect that will always be owed to him. Have a great day. I have to run. Mr. Fig, have a good day, brother. Stay out of trouble, man. We'll catch you tomorrow. Taps was his first move, but yes, all the right moves was the first starting role about football that was legit. No shit. Art, that's wild, bro. So Art, do you work in I don't know. I don't want to know if like Hollywood is the right term, but you work in it sounds like you work in the movie industry, dude. That's pretty cool. Risky Business was next, I think, the Reba McDonough. Gotcha. With Reba McDonough or Demorny. Damn, I cannot read, dude. Fuck me. I don't care Neil either and is arrogant in his ways, but that's why I chose him. Ha! He's like Brad. That's awesome. All right, Mr. Detroit City, that's a good one, dude. That was good. That was good. That was very good, you guys. That was very good. All right, boys and girls. Yes, I do. VFX editor, 25 years. Damn, bro. Art, that's fucking awesome, dude. That is really, really cool, bro. That is really fucking cool, man. We got a really eclectic group of people here. So this is what I'm talking about. Like when you get a certain, I don't know what exactly the number is, but like right now, we got 23 people in the chat right now. So right now, with just 23 people, I would feel very confident in asking most questions to the chat, knowing that if you're not directly involved in whatever question I'm asking, you've been exposed to or know somebody, you know, that whole 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever, you know somebody that question could be answered. After a certain group of people, like most questions can be answered due to the collective knowledge. And that's pretty cool, dude. Brad is Tom Cruise and Jerry Maguire Redux. Ha! Awesome, dude. Show me the money! I love black people! Everyone forgets that second line. Everyone remembers show me the money, but they totally forget where he screams, I love black people. All right, guys, we talked about Jameis Winston in line to start. If Jackson Fart and Dart gets to sit due to a concussion, bypassing. Let's ride Russ Wilson because, well, he's a turd. We then looked at a little bit more reasons why, too. And this picture says 1,000 words. Look how angry Russ is. Angry Russ. And then famous Jameis is just like, dude, I'm just out here playing ball, dude. I'm just trying to get me some crab legs, brother. Jaire Alexander announced that he will be stepping away from football to contemplate his future. We talked about that briefly. Yeah, it is what it is. Ahmed Hassanein has been re-signed to the Detroit Lions practice squad. Bring the hammer back. The Egyptian magician returns to the 3-1-3, and the sooner we can line him up in I formation at the fullback, the happier I will be. And then we looked at why the Lions will have a tough time with the Eagles. According to Vegas, it's 2.5-point spread opening number right now, but personally, I think it's going to be an absolute beatdown. Love the black man. Show me the money. Bring me my numbers. Yes, dude. Yes. Damn, I just spit all over. Good Lord. We can't forget McVay and Stafford. They are part of the movie, dude, and they should be played by James Charles and Jeffree Star. He's in home in Detroit. Hell yeah, guys. Hell yeah. All right, fellas, I appreciate each and every one of you who took part in the chat. We have 24 votes cast. 1 like equals 1. Let's go, Lions. 96% of you said, let's go. 4% of you said, Dookie. That's absolutely awesome. I appreciate all of you. The newcomers that came by, I had some few Eagles fans that stopped in, and we're civil, and we appreciate that, Philadelphia. Way to change our opinion about the Philadelphia fandom. The story starts with Jared and Dan. Duncan, was it you that said this, or was it Rick that pointed out? The story starts with the 0-16 season. That's where this story starts, is with the 0-16 season. Because without that, we don't draft Stafford. Without Stafford, we don't make the trade for Goff. Without the trade for Goff, we don't have the picks. Without the picks, we don't have the foundationary rebuild to lean into Brad Holmes' strengths of a talent assessment scout coming out of college. He's really good at finding players. The story starts at the 0-16 year. Guys, have a good rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. We'll catch you right back here tomorrow at 10 a.m. talking a little bit of Thursday Night Football preview, looking ahead to the Lions matchup against the Eagles, taking your chats and just kind of kicking the shit and hanging out. Guys, I've been Hat and Beard. You've been an attentive audience. Until then, bunga bunga. Frig off.